Hi, I'm Jill Galloway. I'm an artist educator at the Smithsonian's National Portrait Gallery. In today's open studio lesson, we're talking about Rosa Parks. We're going to first look at several portraits of her that we have within our collection. We're going to talk about her biography and that special moment in time that changed everything. And then we're going to do an art project based on one of those portraits. This is a really fun lesson. You don't need to have any experience necessary to make it happen. I'll walk you through it step by step. Okay, let's get started. On December 1st in 1955, Rosa Parks boarded a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, and took a seat at the front of the bus. This was during the Jim Crow era, which meant segregation and inequality of rights. As the bus started to fill up with white passengers, she was asked to move to the back of the bus. She refused. This moment of resistance was the beginning of a wave that would become one of the largest social justice movements in U.S. history. It was called the Montgomery Bus Boycott. Miss Parks lost her job and was arrested for not giving up her seat. She said she wasn't extra tired after work that day, she was just only tired of giving in. On December 5th, the day of her trial, leaders from the African American community, including Martin Luther King Jr., gathered and asked the community to stop riding the buses. By the end of the day, Parks was found guilty, fined $10 as well as $4 in court fees, and the bus boycott got started and continued for 381 days. In the end, the Supreme Court declared segregation on bus transit as unconstitutional. In this portrait, we see Rosa Parks getting arrested. Notice the expression on her face. What do you think her expression says about how she's feeling at this moment? If we were to compare and contrast the officers with Rosa Parks, notice the sizes of their heads. What colors are the officers wearing, and what colors are Rosa Parks' clothes? If someone in this portrait has a great big American idea, which one is it, the officers or Rosa Parks? Notice how the officers' bodies are shaped like triangles. It gives the illusion the officers are towering over her, with great big hands gripping her arms. Look at how her shoulders are slightly shifted. If we look at their feet at the base of the portrait, notice how Rosa Parks' figure is more forward. Her form is more three-dimensional or rounded. The officers are flat. What's the artist saying with all these messages? The artist is trying to give you a feeling for what this moment was like. For today's project, we're creating a Rosa Parks paper doll that you can stand up like the Rosa Parks in the portrait. The supplies you'll need for today's lesson are a piece of cardstock or white heavyweight paper, markers, crayons, paints, something to color with, and scissors. To draw Rosa Parks, first start with an oval head. The eyes are found halfway down the oval and look like almonds or football-shaped. You want to add her eyebrow line next. Her nose is in the middle and is drawn as a long rectangle with a rounded bottom, and then two small wings on the sides. She has a small rosebud mouth. Now let's add that pillbox hat and some of her hair on the sides. Next we'll add her oval body with two legs and shoes like in the portrait. The shoes are just long rectangles that are slightly skewed. Her arms hang by her sides with a handbag in one hand. The hands can just be small half circles. Now you can trim down your figure and add some clothes. I outlined my doll in a Sharpie, and then I'm going to lay down some color with some watercolor paints. Now before you cut her out, add on the bottom a rectangle bar just under her feet. This is how we're going to get her to stand up. To make your portrait stand, cut 2 or 3 evenly spaced slits in the bottom of the bar, and then cut small rectangle pieces of paper and slide them into the slits. Rosa Parks was a seamstress. This is one of the dresses that she made. You can make as many dresses for your paper figure as you would like. Simply trace the outline of your doll and design your dress based on the outline. Don't forget to add tabs to the shoulders and sides so you can affix the dress to the doll. If you don't want to draw a doll of your own, you can just download the template provided and print it out. Thanks so much for joining me for today's Open Studio lesson. I hope you had a good time making your paper doll. You can make as many paper dolls of special figures from our civil rights movement as you would like, and we would love to see all of them. If you wouldn't mind posting your work on social media with the hashtag MyMPG, then we can all check it out. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.